Jesus asked John to baptize him. John objected because the Messiah King who came from heaven had no need to repent. Jesus replied, "Let it be so now. It is proper for us to do this, to fulfill all righteousness." So John baptized Jesus. By being baptized, Jesus showed that he belonged to the human family he had come to rescue. As soon as Jesus was baptized, he went up out of the water. At that moment, heaven was opened, and John saw the Spirit of God descending like a dove and lighting on him. And a voice from heaven said, "This is my Son, whom I love. With him I am well pleased." As on the first day of creation, God's complex unity is again revealed. Even as God, His Spirit, and His Word worked as one to create the world, so now they would work as one to save it. We see the Spirit of God, who in the beginning was hovering over the waters, come upon Jesus. We watch the Son of God, the Word who created the world, walk up out of the river. We hear the Father speaking from heaven. Over the past 30 years, Jesus had lived in obscurity, out of the public eye, but his Father in heaven had observed his every thought, word, and action. And what was God's verdict on his Son's life? "With him I am well pleased." In all human history, Jesus is the only one who did everything God requires. Everything, always, perfectly. Jesus did what Adam failed to do, reflect the image of God. But Jesus did more than reflect it. He was it. In the past, God spoke to our forefathers through the prophets at many times and in various ways. But in these last days, He has spoken to us by His Son, whom He appointed heir of all things, and through whom He made the universe. The Son is the radiance of God's glory and the exact representation of His being, sustaining all things by His powerful word. No wonder Jesus would later say, "I and the Father are one." Jesus is the perfect Son.